This is Mwenda Saba TV.
Kumaro kalindu kwa the opposition yetu ene kwanza no turi yetu inayo ule maybe ule organize ule disorganize no yumbe kuja together baga shinda William Ruto come 2027.
Actually, when I look at it as a political analyst, they don't need to come together to defeat Ruto.
Oh,
at all. I think if you look at it carefully and honestly, without trying to kick the bush, they don't need to come together. What do
you mean?
To defeat Ruto, they don't need to come together. Let me explain myself.
Yes.
Say that Matiang'i people are talking of camps. He gets Mount Kenya support. So he's a candidate. Kalonzo is a candidate. Raila Odinga will be a candidate. I can tell you that with conviction. Raila Odinga will be a presidential candidate. And the reason is very simple. Raila will never allow any low leader to emerge as long as he's alive. So to prevent that, he has to be a candidate. So he's going to be a candidate. And then William Ruto. This will be the outcome. The candidate with the Mount Kenya support will be number one. He may not get the 50% plus one.
Yes.
Kalonzo Musyoka will be number two. If he doesn't have Mount Kenya. If Kalonzo has Mount Kenya support, he will be number one. If Matiang'i has Mount Kenya support, he will be number one. So if he does it, then he becomes number two. Raila Odinga will be number three. William Ruto will be number four.
William Ruto number four.
William Ruto will be number four.
Sitting president.
Sitting president.
I mean, this is one to professor.
Now, break
it down.
Yes. What I'm using here is William Ruto's effectiveness in dismantling the tribe in 2022 campaign. For 6 years, William Ruto explained to the Kenyans that you don't have a hunger for Agikuyu. Otena mpara ya Mwego, kampara ya Kalenjin, kampara ya Muturugana, anampara ya Mijigenda. Kithawe nampara buindabu nampara. He removed the tribe from the equation. And he told the Kenyans that when there is a bad policy, it affects all of you. Okay?
Yes.
Now, he can't return them to the tribe. It's not going to be possible. To return the Kenyan psychology to the tribe again. You know, there is, in psychology, there is something that I believe Ruto may want to think will work. If you are hating, I hate somebody myself. There is a tendency to think other people also hate you. Now that is not working. It's not there. That awakening he gave to the Kenyans. Remember, William Ruto was not a Kikuyu. Kikuyu was important for him. Because he was effective. What the Kikuyus were looking for was someone who can deliver economy, driving economy to them. That concept is still there. So now, right now, why I'm saying Matiang'i will be a threat if he come into the race, it was because people may be in the back of their minds. They may be thinking that Ruto may refuse to leave if he loses. Now they may be looking for a warrior. Somebody who can mobilize the country. Exactly. No. Take Nyashinda. Ashinda you will take. Okay? Ashindwa muntu na mazora amujinda. You will make sure you get out. Ondongo jinda. Wow, that's in the mind of these Kenyans because you know I come from Nakuru. The other day I was in Meru. When you sit down with Kenyans, whatever the age, they quietly tell you, Professor, to do it again, Muntu, Agariki, Yachindra, we need a warrior. Now, this is where the other opposition need to take a look. Because if I'm up, they don't even mention the Ruto by name. Which is a mistake. Because you see, what Ruto did to dismantle Uhuru Kenyatta in influencing Mount Kenya, he cleverly created an enemy. The dynasty became the enemy of Kenya. Now brilliantly, so did that cleverly, until people are very sure that for 60 years we have been the slaves of this dynasty. We need to dismantle them. He made himself the solution. Okay?
Yes.
That's what the opposition must do. They must learn from William Ruto. They must learn from Donald Trump. Because Trump also did the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah? The sleeping Joe.
Yes.
He made the Joe the enemy of America.
Yes.
Bringing in mad people,
Yes.
convicts, people eating their pets, all that. So in their mind, when they looked at him and the wars he had brought, he became the enemy of the Americans. The opposition failing to do that. If they fail to do that, then they will have a problem removing William Ruto.
Gachagua?
Now, Gachagua,
Very tough.
let me tell you, I can tell you this thing without fear of any contradiction. If Gachagua was not a Gikuyu today, Gachagua would be president. That's the kind of person people want. That the language is using, that was Ruto language. What? That is how Ruto campaigned. That is how Trump campaigned.
Yes.
That is the campaigning language which he delivers. So Gachagua, right now, any Gikuyu candidate, Ruto will have a big opportunity to cast the whole thing as a Gikuyu project intended to remove him or whatever. I mean, a lot of people have this idea that the Gikuyus, if they forget that the most rational people we have in Kenya is actually the Gikuyus.
Yes.
And the example is the Gikuyus voting for William Ruto. You don't need to go to look for any other example.
Yes.
Because it means they judge him as competent to deliver not for them,
Yes.
but for the country.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes, yes.
So to avoid now the tribal thing, Gachagua will not be a presidential candidate. But if Gachagua was not a Gikuyu, that is the guy they would elect. Because of the way he is talking. You see, power to convince people, what you say must reflect you. You can talk and you are detached. People can hear things, but they are not inside you. They are hearing the process. It's communication. The way you communicate is extremely important. If you study Ruto's messaging, you saw that people trusted that he can do what he said because he really, it was in his heart. When he delivered the Mamamboga government and the Asula government, you said, this is my man. Now some other people, they go and read. They're not, they are separate from the message. Or when you are talking, you are not even looking at the camera. So that the one coming, people can judge, can see, is moving you.
Yes.
It's you. What is coming out is you. Building that trust. You understand? Gachagua is building that trust.
No.
Okay?
Mainasi Gachagua kwa Gachagua mostly kile atidira ali
I'm seeing.
Why is Mount Kenya na ndiba tupageta?
I'm seeing Gachagua is a very clever person. Gachagua want to remove Ruto. Now the easiest way to remove Ruto for him is to support someone else. And I think that's what he will do. That's what he will do. Now you are saying Mount Kenya, you see, Mount Kenya people have moved out of what I can say localized thinking. Okay? Mount Kenya people understand that when you are the president, it's not the mountain which is the president.
Yes.
It's you.
It's you, true.
Mount Kenya people understand that when you are minister, waziri, it's not the Mount Kenya people who are waziri. It is you. So what they are looking for is the delivery from you. It's performance from you.
Yes.
From wherever you are. Whether you are from Nino, when I don't know those little few people in the Trugana, Romolo.
Yes.
Whether you are Romolo, or whether you are a Kikuyu, or whether you are a Kalenjin, or whether you are Pokomo, they want you to deliver. And they want you to deliver a thriving economy, Kebaki style. Because that will put the money in the people's pocket. They are not interested with this somebody from Mount Kenya. They don't care whether Mount Kenya is the vice president
Yes,
or is the president.
Yes.
I mean, Gachagua was the vice president. What did he do in 2 years for Mount Kenya? Uhuru was the president.
Yes.
You know why they
10
did
years.
like it for 10 years?
Yes.
Because he actually, compared to Kibaki, he didn't do anything. Compared to Kibaki.
Yes.
Okay, because right now, Ruto is making Uhuru look like an angel.
Yeah.
He is even making Moi look like an angel. But before that, these people do a normal analysis. Okay? These are not the people driven by somebody having his seats. I mean, look, there's one minister from Meru now. Have you ever been into his house? He is a minister. Umewahi kwenda kupatia kombe ya chai? But how many Kenyans have you visited? Other Kenyans from other tribe.
Yes.
And you sit there, you have a meal. Okay? Now when you are visiting the local pub, have you ever found we have 3 principal secretaries from Mount Kenya? I think there are 3.
Yes.
As the end of them, we ever found you a cup of tea. Is one of them going to assist you to pay school fees for your children? Mount Kenya people understand that. That is why this tribe thing is pure nonsense.
Yes.
So they are not looking for somebody to be up there because then we are represented. That is the language of the political class, to keep you down, to make sure you never free yourself. So they tell you, we have employed your person. Sure, you have employed our person, but the benefit is for him and his family. Okay? If you take Meru, just take you to Meru. Meru, there are 3 people you can count that their possession was actually able to rob Meru.
Yes.
You can count the Greater because it's not God. Even though Greater concentrated on employing immense people,
Yes.
at least he employed immense. So you can say it was useful to a lot more people. The other one was Gavere Ntombiyewe. When Gavere Ntombiyewe was the Minister for Agriculture, you will go to any agriculture station today, you will find the Gavere product. The other one was Kiruke.
Okay.
No, Kiruke who was the police
The
commissioner.
police commission.
And the police station today as a Kiruke. There is no other Meru. The other Meru, they go there, they eat with their family and they get out. You understand that?
Yes.
So this is a clear indication that the tribal tie is basically means nothing.
Nothing. True.
Now the Mount Kenya people have understood that very well. And I can tell you even the other Kenyans are understanding. How much money have we pumped into Turkana since the devolution came? How many have we pumped into Mandera? All that money is being invested in Nairobi. Individually. Not collectively lifting those people.
Yes.
The Kenyans now, my friend, they understand that so well.
Why is Kalonzo Musyoka too slow?
That one worries me also. Because I see Kalonzo as another Kibaki. Because he's in demeanor, and as a politician, I want to say that he's been very successful because he's not been able to make any enemies. Of course, that also means when you can't make enemies, it also means that there's something wrong with you in politics because you are not sufficiently aggressive.
Yes.
If you are aggressive, you step on some toe somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, that demeanor tells me that he is fairly actualized as a person. Actualized in academic lexicon, it means that if somebody can abuse you as many times as they want, you still laugh with them because it doesn't go in you. You know, they can call you names, you are just there enjoying the show. Now, that kind of a person can be undevised. You can sit that person down.
Yes.
It's not going to work. Take this one.
Yes.
And they actually do it. Now, any president who can be undevised will be an effective president. So, that's why I'm saying is slowness bothers me because I would like him to be more aggressive. Because I would like him to get elected.
Yes.
So I would like him to present himself more forcibly so that people know he's not a pushover. You see, the other day I'm teaching a class on the constitutionalism and governance. In that class, of course, you veer into discussing this thing. So one of the students just told me from nowhere in the class, he said, "Professor, we know who we don't want, but we have no idea who we want. So I asked her, I told her, how can you say that? Kalonzo hasn't declared. Martha Karua hasn't declared. Mamalo hasn't declared. Justice Maraga hasn't declared. Omutata hasn't declared. So how can you say that you don't know, you don't have a replacement? And then she told me something that shocked me, coming from that young person. She ignored all the other candidates, totally. And then she told me, Professor, what I don't know is what Kalonzo cannot do. You know,
Yes.
that hit me like a sledgehammer. So I asked her, what do you mean? He says, you see me, I'm scared that even if Kalonzo wins the election, he will do a handshake with William Ruto. Now, this is what you are defining as aloneness.
Yes.
That perception is dangerous for a presidential candidate.
Wow.
People should be able to predict you. What you cannot
Do.
is more important than what you can do.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Prof. Turekiri mtuko na rutu katarandara kaire. Tuko kaina Professor Naituli na tuko rangia no aje uju yeje Mwenda Saba TV wona rugono ruga subscribe ndene ya TV yeje ya Mwenda Saba.
Tumaini safari yetu tuko pamoja, kila sauti, kila ndoto inang'ara kwenye kioo cha Mwenda Saba TV.
This is Mwenda Saba TV.